What's going on, guys? I'm going to share with you and talk about generic products and how it can make you a lot of money. Okay, so not a lot of people talk about generic products, and if you don't know what generic products are, essentially it's just a product without a label or logo on it, so it's unbranded, and that's it. All right, when we do private label is essentially finding generic products and throwing your brand or logo on it, and then it's your own brand. But why generic products are very important and they are making me an extra couple $1,000s a month is because they're already existing listings on Amazon and they're already being sold. So what we do is try to find products that are already selling on Amazon, find the same exact supplier, and then we just sell under that existing listing. Okay, so we don't have to create our own listing, we don't have to advertise, we don't have to worry about any of that. So kind of like the easiest way of going about doing research for generic products are like the same way of doing private label. You could go on Jungle Scout, or what you could do is literally go on Amazon and type in generic. All right, so now that we're up here, you can see that there's tons of results, okay? There's absolutely a lot. So the best way of going about this, here, let me just click on this listing. When you know a item is fully generic, the brand name is generic, which is this blue thing, and then, I mean, in the title it could say generic and whatnot, so I mean, this isn't like a private label item at all, okay? Okay, so great. Best selling products from generic, what I can do right here is hit see more. Then I can even just shop by the departments and look for the best selling in all the categories. Right here, these are all the best selling items for generic, and there's a list. There's right here even over 500,000 results. It's absolutely insane. You can sort of buy a ton of different things. What I recommend is definitely going down the list, and you definitely need a tool like Jungle Scout, the Chrome extension. Reason being is because I'll show you right now. It's going to pull all the beginning of the listings, and it's going to tell me the estimated amount of sales. So before I want to do further research into these items, I want to make sure that they're selling. If they're doing like above 50 units a month, that's something I really look into, because even if it's something low, it's still residual income basically, because I don't have to do any of the work. All I have to do is source the product and make sure Amazon has inventory, right? So I also don't want to get into things that are below $10, because after Amazon's fees and whatnot, there's really not that much profit whatsoever, okay? So literally go down the list, and then you can start going in different categories. But essentially, as soon as you start finding a couple things, and also a key giveaway that something's fully generic are when there's multiple FBA sellers, okay? So this one had 7, this one only has 1, this one has 9, and you don't need this fancy Chrome extension. You can literally click on it and look at other sellers on Amazon, and 12 new. So there's 12 different people selling this generic thing right here, okay? So basically get a whole master list. Just go through absolutely everything. Like I said, what I do is just run the Jungle Scout, and after I find a couple products, let me show you. For example, I found this guy right here. This is a facial cleansing replacement brush, okay? So what I'll do is, okay, you know, 2 packs along for $10.99. Okay, not bad. It's generic. It's by the brand generic right here. There's only one guy selling it, which is cool. And this thing is doing 400 units a month, which is very, very good. And let's see here. So the listing looks fairly new too. It looks like February 13th is when it first started. So that could be a reason being why there aren't really any sellers on it, because it's fairly new. So what I will do is go to Alibaba and type in the most broad keywords, so facial cleansing replacement brush. And when I search that, I end up finding this is one of the sellers. And after contacting these guys and talking with them for a little bit, it looks like they sell them for $1.30 a piece. So that means it would be about $2.60, $3 to sell them or to purchase them as sets of 2. So this guy is also not doing FBA. He's shipping him out himself. He's not having Amazon fulfill the orders for him. So for this calculator, my product cost is $3. At the end of the day, I'm getting left with $6.34. Okay, so let's say, for instance, this dude is selling 400 units a month, and that's his profit range. He's making an extra $2,500 a month off of this one listing alone, which is pretty good. That's around $30K a year, I believe, just off of one product, off of one generic product, okay? So what I would do is basically make sure that it's the exact same. So I'm already by eyeballing it. I mean, it looks like that there's a color difference, so I can contact the supplier and figure out you know, if I can get the same exact color. And that's basically it. Once I have the product purchased it for me, I could just go to any generic listing, hit sell on Amazon, and then I just fill out the information. I'm good to go. I recommend always having Amazon fulfill your orders for you. Obviously, with stuff like this cheap, you can't really do that. And this guy's even shipping it himself. So what I could do is have Amazon fulfill the orders for me, and I would totally just take over the buy box like that. I could fulfill it myself, but then I would probably go in a price war with this guy, and then we would compete for the buy box, and it will get kind of ugly. I also have to mention and warn you that getting into generic products can get a little ugly, because you'll get threats from people saying to get off the listing and whatnot, but in the end, it's like, it's all fair game. If something is generic and you're selling the same exact thing that's generic, that's awesome. Now, given if you hop on someone's private label listing, so if this was, here, let me just type facial cleansing replacement brush, there. Okay, so let's see. Right here, like this is Lavo. Like, this is some dude's private label listing, okay? Sold by Lavo, the brand is Lavo. Okay, it probably comes in Lavo packaging and whatnot. Great. But this thing is straight generic. It's sold by a generic brand. This one guy selling it, but it's all generic. It's all fair game. So I can just start jumping on this listing and selling it. What I also recommend you can do, now this is a little tip. If you want to find more generic items, what you can do is click on a seller that's selling a generic item. So right here, this is his profile. Hit products. And usually when you go down this list, you can find more generic products that they're selling, which is very cool. So it's just like spying on other sellers with private label. It's essentially doing the same thing with generic products. Because already looking at it, look, he's selling like all these different packs. He's got black, he's got blue, he's got this green. And then if I wanted to run numbers on these listings, I mean, he's probably doing, 1,100 units a month, like just absolutely crazy. So this is another thing that I can do. Maybe I want to ship this one by myself because this is a little lower price. But still, I mean, it's very good money, and it's a very repeatable process, and there's a lot of opportunity, and nobody talks about it and nobody touches it. All right, so just something really cool I wanted to share with you guys. That's basically it. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments, because I know this is kind of a really quick video, but I get asked this a lot, and I don't hear anybody talking about it at all, selling generic products. All right, well, thank you guys so much for watching. Like I said, leave me a comment if you have any questions or if you learned anything from this, and I will see you guys in the other videos. Take care.